Ever wanted to boost your existing open head into an inverted roller? Well, we have a kit for that. The sun has finally come out here at HMHQ, and we're here again with Mally. And today we're converting this open head spear gun that's seen a lot of use into an inverted roller with one of our easy to use conversion kits. These are the tools we're going to be using. As you can see, it doesn't need much. To get started, take off the shaft, untie the line and remove your muzzle bungee. Next, unscrew and remove the open head muzzle. Once that's out, it's time to put in the new roller head and line it up. Once it's aligned, pre-drill the hole in the roller head and screw it tight. Grab the included 2mm Dyneema line and put it through the hole in the roller head. Then simply line it up and even out the length of both sides. To make things simple for yourself, just tie a simple knot on both sides of the roller head hole to stop the Dyneema line shifting. Once you've done this, feed the line through the roller head and attach the D-shackles. Do this on both sides. Next, reinsert the shaft and grab one side of the Dyneema line from the top of the roller and pull it all the way to the back. Now align the Dyneema line with the top of the ridge in the trigger mechanism and roll it over and mark the correct length. With the length measured, we're going to tie a knot using the included metal rod to ensure that the loop size is the same on both sides. And we're going to tighten it as hard as we can, using a pair of pliers. Snip the end of the slack line and use a lighter to mushroom out the top. Repeat this for the other side of the Dyneema line, and both D-shackles should line up perfectly. Once this is done, unscrew one of the D-shackles and attach 3 of the pre-rigged rubbers to it. Screw to tighten. Repeat this on the other side. We're getting there. Up next, get a long piece of Dyneema line, roughly around 70 centimeters long. Tie a simple knot in the end and tighten it as much as you can using pliers. Snip the end and use the lighter to mushroom it out. Pick up one of your D-shackles and select the rubber closest to the gun, as shown here. Feed the Dyneema line you just made through this closest rubber. Ensure to feed the line in with the knot on the far outside side of the gun, as shown here. To tie the knot, roll the knotted side of the line over the top of the rubber loop to create a U shape. Then feed the end through the U-shaped loop you just made and pull to tighten. Now, feed the line through the hole in the handle. And after ensuring that the line on the other side of the spear gun is not tangled, identify the closest rubber on the D-shackle to the gun. Put the line through the loop in the rubber, and now it's time to tension it. To do this, use pliers and put the gun up to your chest. Tighten until the rubber is right up to the hole in the handle, as shown here. Lock it off, and now it's time to tie the knot. Feed the end of the Dyneema line through the gap between the rubber, as shown, and pull it tight through the loop. Pull the pliers out, and while keeping tension on the line, tie a second knot to lock it off. Tighten with a pair of pliers and cut the excess and use the lighter to clean it up. As you can see, the lines are not twisted and the first rubber on both sides is perfectly tensioned. Now, on the D-shackle, identify the second closest rubber to the gun. And with one of the included bridles, put it through the rubber and complete the same knot as before, bending it back over to create a U-shape and folding the bridle around and back into the U-shaped loop we just created. Pull to tighten. After identifying the second closest rubber to the gun on the opposite side, put the bridle through the loop as shown and tie the same knot, folding it around to create a U-shape and feeding the bridle through the loop. Pull to tighten. Pull the rubbers back and mount them onto the handle's loading hook. Now repeat the same steps as before on the remaining rubber. Also, be sure to attach the bridle as shown here and not inserting it from the outside. With the final bridle, we're going to do the exact same thing on the head of the gun. Insert the bridle, fold it over to create the U, and feed it back around and through the loop, before tightening. Do the same on the other side. When tight, you should be able to fit 2 fingers through the loop. Now insert the shaft and reattach the muzzle bungee. Next, pick up the included Dyneema line and identify what side of the gun your line guide is on. Feed the Dyneema line through the shaft's shark fin on the opposite side to your line guide. Now we're going to tie a bowline knot. To do this, create a loop like this. Feed the line through the loop. Pull the line around and under the loop and back over the top of the loop as shown. And then feed it back into the loop. Pull to tighten. Snip off and clean the excess with a lighter. We're on to the final steps. Feed the Dyneema line through the loop on the roller head. Then feed the line around the hooks, over the shaft, and through the line guide on the bottom of the roller head. Run it down to the line guide on the handle, then back up to the top and around the hook on the underside of the roller head. Then back down to the line guide for a second time, and finally up to the muzzle bungee. The final step is to feed the Dyneema line through the loop on the muzzle bungee and pull to tension. Mark your ideal spot and tie a knot using the steel rod same as before to perfect your loop. Tighten with a pair of pliers. Cut the tail and clean the end with a lighter. Now simply feed the loop around the 3 rings on the muzzle bungee as shown. And there we have it. In about half an hour, your open head spear gun is now a far more powerful inverted roller.